And now we're rolling.
Hello and welcome to ASMR Burrito Day. Here
Oh, wow.
Microphones of Madness.
You
You're
gonna run the fork over the top of it?
Where we will be asking the hard-hitting questions like, will the dog get the burrito? Stay tuned.
That's right. Polls are officially open. If you think the dog should get the burrito, vote now.
Well, they will have to compete with two cats, too. So, cats or dogs or human? No.
All right.
It's the world of
we
the internet.
This is our last game of 2024.
Yeah, sure is.
Sayonara 2024. So we'll be closing out this year with some good old-fashioned Marvel superheroing.
Excelsior.
We will be once again donning the lycra and silk shirt of Heroes for Hire.
Yeah. All right, so let's go down the list and just introduce everyone real quick. And we'll start with Steve, since that's the first voice you heard, probably.
Well, I will be playing Daniel Rand, the Immortal Iron Fist.
Woohoo!
Hero for hire, though he's rich, so who knows why.
Trained in the mystical city of Kunlun.
Right. For 10 years, then they'll never let you forget it.
Shows you how bad he wanted to get back home.
All right, next up, the other founding member of Heroes for Hire, Matt.
Hi, I'm Luke Cage, better known as Power Man.
That's right. And what's that phone number?
I don't remember.
I have it here. Wait, I have that. That phone number
Like I never call myself.
is 1555 bust ass.
I thought it was 867-5309.
That is one of
I got it.
It is, because Heroes for Hire will bust your ass.
We agreed on no catchphrase, Luke.
All right, so next up on the list is
Should post that in the notes for the episode.
yeah. Give me an issue citation for it too. Also, we have Bryan, Mr. Burrito himself.
Yes, mon ami. I am playing the mercenary extraordinaire Batroc the Leaper. I will defeat evil with panache and a bit of flair.
All right. And finally, we have Jay.
And tonight I'm playing Kurt Wagner, also known as Nightcrawler, who wants a burrito also.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can just pop over and grab one.
Yeah, but I need a nice, good, nasty microwave one to make the night go through.
Oh, these are the best.
I will be right back, mein Freund. Freund. Whatever.
Oh.
Fuck that language.
I'm telling you, mon ami, you cannot get a decent baguette in all of New York City. I have looked all over. You are missing out on the wonders of culinary Paris.
Oh, I'm sure you can get a decent baguette in New York City. This is Marvel Comics, New York City. Earth 13-15-13.
Otherwise known as Lake Geneva.
All right, so anybody want to do the recap? Do you guys remember what you did? It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, so last time there was a hit put out on the Kingpin. And while we were musing amongst ourselves to try and sort that out, we were hired by a gentleman to smuggle him out of the city because gangsters were after him because of a briefcase that he had. That he said he had. That was the time before last.
Oh.
He said he was accosted for it, but he needed to get out of the city. So, after bravely battling members of Hydra and the Magia, was that the Magia that showed up?
You don't know. They were just some type of thugs with playing card patches on their jackets.
Right. We were able to get our guy out of the city on a boat, find out the name of the Joker who hired the thugs, and make our way back to Heroes for Hire, where we received a package which just happened to be the MacGuffin all along.
Yep.
Which is it was a way to broadcast to hide information over a broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
And we believe that information, which just happened to be the names of every well-known Marvel biogeneticist on record.
Oh yeah.
Yep. All contained within a single holographic hard drive.
Right.
That was decoded for you by Herbie over at Four Freedoms Plaza.
Yes.
Oh, Abby.
So right now we're looking for this Alice is the name we were given, who hired our thugs, including the pangolin. She's blonde, pale. She dresses nice with an expensive purse. And she was willing to drop $5,000 on the return of this briefcase.
Yep. $5,000.
A lot of money.
All right. So, yeah, there wasn't much left for you guys to do at Four Freedoms Plaza after obtaining the information. Do you take the hard drive with you, or do you leave it with Herbie?
I think we should take it with us.
That's fair.
The Fantastic Four are currently in another dimension, correct?
No one asked, but the Fantastic Four are currently somewhere near the border of Delaware investigating a spatial anomaly.
Yeah. You know, the border of Delaware and Latvia. So I was checking in on that big fella.
Oh, the eastern shore of Maryland? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, well, let's just take it with us.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's take it out of like the most secure location outside of Shield and take it to our offices.
I mean,
that get blown up. That get blown up every other issue. I'm all for it.
For courtesy's sake, let's just ask B if he thinks he can extract any more information of use for us. If not, then yeah, let's take it with us. If so, who knows? Maybe you find a new clue, yeah?
I think something like this probably should end up with Shield.
Traitor. Betrayed by a robot. No, all right, take it with us. Batroc does not mess with shield. Oh, those guys always in America.
No, I'm just saying that we should take it
Mm-hmm.
because the Fantastic Four are not here with the intent of passing it along to Shield.
We and the CRB, it's like, he's not been the same since he changed from that Volkswagen Beetle. Yeah. All right. We take it with us. Fine.
Okay, yep. You take it with you. You head back to the office.
Bye-bye, love.
Lock it up in the safe. Because you do have a safe.
A mostly good save.
And just don't tell Jared about it. It will end up on the black market.
Oh.
That's right. Don't tell Hogarth. All right, so a couple of days pass. Batroc actually finds a place to find a decent baguette in New York City.
I'm not sharing with you.
One morning, you all come into the office, and your secretary, temporary secretary, Susan Withers, is talking to a couple at the front desk.
Couple of whats?
A couple, a man and a woman.
Oh no, not matter the cause.
Smartly dressed, but nothing overly fancy. Maybe professional class, not like nouveau riche or old money or anything like that.
Is it an intense conversation?
No, not really. It's just like, the man is standing there, and he's got his arms crossed over his chest, and it looks like his foot's tapping. He seems to be kind of he's impatient, but he's trying really hard to be polite.
Oh, good to see. I like this.
And as you all enter the room, you hear Susan say, "I'm sure Mr. Cage and Mr. Fist will be here shortly." And as she says that, she looks up and sees you, and she says, "Oh, you're here."
Please, my father was Mr. Fist. Call me Iron.
The man immediately turns around. The woman with him just kind of like, sidles up beside him. He thrusts his hand out and he's like, "My name is..." Got to switch back over to my notes here. "My name is Stevie Franklin. Pleased to meet you."
Bonjour, Monsieur Plot de Bass. Oh, wait, Stevie Franklin.
Mr. Plot Device. Monsieur Client of the Week.
Should learn how to say all these clever things in French.
I should, but on the other hand, it's like, the American, they do not understand what France says anyway. So how can we be of assistance for you?
Well, he's got his hand out toward Luke.
Oh, rude.
Well, I mean, Luke on paper is the guy of Heroes for Hire.
He's the fist. Why is he the fist as well?
Because I'm the most
300 pounds of
Come on.
muscle.
Look at this. Look at this.
One day I will be the famous one.
Luke Cage has the goods.
Yes.
And he's the one wearing the tiara.
I'll shake the guy's hand.
You shake the guy's hand. He's like, "Oh, that's a hell of a grip you got there, Mr. Cage."
I try to be delicate.
But even delicate, you probably still have a hell of a grip.
I know. I know.
And you must be Iron Fist?
Yes, I must be.
And he reaches
Sorry,
out
it's a
to
long name.
shake your hand as well.
I will shake his hand. And please, these are our associates, Monsieur Batroc, and of course,
Nightcrawler!
the Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Yes.
He motions at the woman next to him. Marlena and I saw you once at the Munich Circus while we were vacationing in Europe.
Oh. Thank you. I don't.
Fantastic show.
Secret
Fantastic
identity.
show.
Thank you. It's been a while. I've decided to kind of do other things now. You got me over here.
Yes, yes, and you're French, right?
Not as French as my friend over here.
Thank you. Thank you. I take Jackson all for.
I've ended up in France, but hey, don't hate me for it.
He shakes Kurt's hand as well, and then sticks his hand out for Batroc.
Yeah, of course. Mon ami. But that has got to the through the man. It's like, what is that we can assist you with, eh?
Well, Ms. Withers here told us about your. You have a conference room. Maybe we should speak in there.
Do we charge for the use of the conference room?
Yeah, it's just like right adjacent to the office there. It's
Well,
got places to sit and things like that.
Please, can we get you coffee or tea?
Oh, no thanks, no thanks. As you are going to the conference room, Susan looks over at Kurt and hands him a coffee. She's like, "I hope you like it. I wasn't sure how you take it."
Thank you. I like it like my women, black and bitter.
Tee Yeah, so you get into the conference room. Everybody sits down.
Sounds like Herr Wagner's been hanging out with Herr Logan a little too much.
Probably. Maybe he's been hanging out with that other French guy.
Oh, he is not so fancy. He's just
North Star.
Or Star.
Oh, that
So you sit down in the conference room, and Stevie Franklin officially introduces the woman that's with him as his wife, Marlena Franklin. I work for the New York City Department of Environmental Protection. My brother Alex is a construction supervisor at the North River Wastewater Treatment Plant. The reason I'm here is that Alex went missing while inspecting some pressures on intake feeds about 4 days ago.
Where?
Presumably at the plant.
Does he do this often?
He has never disappeared. We're talking about Alex is one of those guys who's, for better or worse, always has that public attendance record, or the perfect attendance record. He's pretty high up in the union. He loves that job. And
So, waste management plant?
the North River Wastewater Treatment Plant.
And were they on the up and up, Mr. EPA?
Oh yes, it's a city facility.
That doesn't mean a thing. So,
They've been doing some upgrades, some renovations. It's taken a couple of years. They should be wrapping up the construction about now, and going 100% online. However, about a week ago, we had a little family get together, a little dinner at my house, and Alex was telling us that several other members of the crew went missing. But the guys at the union, Mayor Osborne, they kind of all ignored him, saying that the construction crews had a high turnover, and a lot of them were drinking and cavorting and stuff like that. It wasn't anything. They probably just quit without giving any type of notice, and pretty much just blew Alex off. And now Alex is missing.
What was the name of the company that's doing the construction?
Fisk Construction.
well, that's not suspicious at all.
No, I assure you, I know Wilson Fisk has some questionable rumors, a lot of rumors, nothing provable. But Fisk Construction is 100% on the level. We thoroughly investigated him and beforehand, and we could not find any evidence of wrongdoing, and they lowballed the bid.
How much did they lowball the bid?
About 10% over Stark Stain.
Mm.
I didn't even know Stark Stain was in construction until this bid came up.
So when he went missing, was there anybody with him that went missing at the same time, or was he by himself?
He was by himself. He was
What
down
was he
there.
doing?
He was going into the lower levels of the plant to check pressure readings on the intake pipes. The system that monitors the flow into the treatment plant. And that was his job. That was one of the final things that needed to happen before they fully opened the plant. And
How long ago did this happen?
this was 4 days ago. Marlena and I have gone to the police several times after he was missing for 24 hours. And they're really occupied with this whole bounty thing that they say, we don't have the manpower to look into it.
Yeah.
So, that's why I'm here. We had to seek outside help. And from what I understand, Heroes for Hire is an organization that gets things done.
Yeah.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Mm-hmm.
So, will you look into it for us?
How much is this worth to you?
I mean, we're prepared to pay your standard fee, which is plot amount of dollars.
Mm-hmm. All expenses.
What
Luke,
amount of dollars? That's gigantic.
we certainly can use plot amount of dollars with all the amount of money we've been spending.
Mm-hmm.
Standard grand line. I don't see how we have much choice.
Well, also be curious where other people are disappearing to try to see if where else, or where everybody else is going to.
Did you have the names of any of the other people who've disappeared?
Unfortunately, I don't.
But they were all working for Fisk Construction.
They were all working with Fisk Construction. I think there may have been a couple of workers at the plant itself that went missing. It was like 4 guys on Alex's crew, and then a couple of guys that actually worked for the plant itself.
But
is
none
what
of
he
them
was
were
doing.
named Alice?
I'm sorry?
No more a woman named Alice?
No.
Huh, okay.
When they went missing, did they go missing at the same time? As in, they were all specific nights or just randomly?
No, it's usually on the night shift, from what Alex was telling us.
Okay.
Although he was on the afternoon when he disappeared.
How has the water treatment plant management taken these disappearances?
Oh, like I said, they've also been treating them as it's just high turnover rate. You know, these guys they'll go on. Some of these guys will go on benders for 3 or 4 days, and then they'll come back to work, and we'll just write it out. They'll write it off as PTO. That's kind of what they were saying. You know, the whole thing was really kind of blown off. Which is strange, but I think I think the management of the plant is really concerned about getting themselves up and running on time.
Same as it ever was.
They have a lot tied up into these expansions to the treatment plant.
Same as it ever was.
Same as it ever was.
Same as it ever was.
Do it. Same as it ever was. Yeah, okay. How's that mix?
Will you help us?
But you have a list of our associates, but we could start with.
We're going to try and find your brother and the other missing workers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe checking out the plant would be a good place to start, since that's where they went missing.
Oh, well, I'm thinking that well, give us a number.
But I'm not the professional. He passes his card over.
Give us a number where we can reach you. We're going to brainstorm some ideas of how we can get your job done. Please talk to Ms.
Withers.
Miss Withers on the way out. She'll have some forms for you to sign, and we'll contact you when we get any information.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Fist.
Please call me Iron Fist.
Mr. Iron Fist.
Mr. Fist was my father.
Please, Mr. Fist is my father.
Mr. Fist is an adult movie star. So the Franklins go out into the lobby area. Susan has the paperwork going, and he writes a check with, like, once he sees the number, he just writes the check. No big deal. Hands it over. Also hands over a copy of his business card to Susan, even though he handed you guys one in the conference room, just to make sure you have his number.
All right. Well, I say we get hired by the water treatment plant. Go undercover.
I agree with that. Yep. It's the easiest way to find out what's going on is have one of us get kidnapped.
Or all of us.
Or, yeah. So if they take them one at a time, they'd probably just go after one of us, but we could see.
That's true. So I think every one of us can go undercover. We can if there's a high turnover rate, I'm sure they're probably not too terribly picky about who shows up.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Although Nightcrawler, you've been on TV a few times.
Yeah, it might be a little hard to get in.
Don't you have an image inducer?
Funny you should ask. You do have your image inducer with you.
Yes. Okay.
I think
So
probably
then they
Luke's probably the most recognizable, but I mean, if we just take him out of the yellow shirt and the tiara, nobody will know.
surprise. Actually, technically, with the image inducer, people would recognize me as Nightcrawler, but not would they recognize my alter ego?
No.
Okay.
No one's really seen your alter ego.
Okay.
You haven't used the image inducer in quite some time.
It is insulting. But
Yes. You know. You don't need to hide who you are. You're mutant and proud.
Yes, but if I want to be mutant proud and be incognito so I can catch somebody,
You would use your image inducer.
exactly. I'd have no problem with doing that. Okay. So yeah, then I could definitely do that also.
Okay.
Or do we just want to have one person go in and have the rest of the team hang out and ready to jump in? And I'm asking the team this. Do y'all want to try to get it?
I think we should all be on the inside somehow. That way,
Okay.
if one of us gets abducted or they try and abduct us, we can send out a signal to the rest. And it just
Okay.
be easier. I'm sure, like we probably have scads of cover identities lying around that we can
Oh,
use.
you have no idea.
I meant heroes for hire.
Yes, well, you know, my alias of Cat Rob was not exactly a brilliant idea one time, but I digress.
We'll get Batroc a Canadian passport
Mm.
and work.
Cat Rob made everyone think I was some kind of penny anti-burglar, slinking around like the Pink Panther or some mad. Anyway.
Pink Panther.
All right, so does this sound like a plan?
Wait.
It definitely sounds doable.
All right. Then let's dig out the old cover identities and make it happen.
All right. Cover identity montage. Guys, get some clothes. Susan runs out to like the thrift shop, brings back some various clothing. Of course, Nightcrawler doesn't need any because the image inducer just like clothes and all.
Yep.
I believe one of his favorites is Errol Flynn.
Mm.
And I should be Dan Randall.
Dan Randall.
All right, Dave Randall.
And I am the Monsieur Matlock.
Mr. Matlock?
Yes. Matlock, the lawyer.
All right, so you guys strip out of your costumes, take your turns, get dressed up in these clothes. Danny probably looks the most ridiculous as he's dressing as what he believes a blue collar worker looks like.
Oh, mon ami.
Really, I'd look like I'm going to see Alice in Chains in 1994.
Yeah. And you make your way to the North River wastewater treatment plant, which is on the west side of the island. As you get there, there's a little bit of a fence, and you see a small temporary building sitting on the sidewalk, but taking up part of the street. That has Fisk construction. Also a little hand-written paper sign, faded by the sun. Day laborers needed.
So that's the perfect spot to go. Yep.
The door's closed. You see wastewater treatment workers bustling about in the outside, but the facility itself is underground. So there's some like crew elevators and things like that. But
so I guess we'll knock on the office trailer.
Come in.
Well, howdy, partner.
Oh my god.
Oh boy, that sounds like a familiar disguise. Well, aren't you a crew? Are you looking for work?
Word on the street says that y'all are looking for day laborers.
Yeah, that's what the sign outside says.
That would be the street the word is on.
You're a weird one. Yeah. Well, what we need is guys down in the lower level, near the intake. Make sure all the piping's good. You guys have any work with like plumbing or pipe fitting or anything like that? Any experience with it?
Yes. Why, I know my way around some non-sticking tape. Back of my hand. Give me a pipe wrench, and I will fit that pipe. Why, my middle name just happens to be Plumline.
All right, it's $10 a day cash. It's about 11:30 now. Clock out at 5.
Do we start now?
He hands you passes, and they're basically just like cheap cardboard little clip badges that says, it has like a code like D13 or something like that. It's like, no names or photographs on it. It's just like a pass that, yes, we're supposed to be here, but we may not be here tomorrow.
That's very philosophical.
Do we at least get hard hats?
Pick up your hard hats at the elevator. Hard hats and safety vests at all times, per regulations.
Of course. I will. When I go down the elevator, I will take out my Kunlun dragon decal and stick it on the hard hat. It's like a color form, so it comes off.
What, the one on your chest? Rip.
The only way to come out for that one to come off is for someone to steal my powers.
Yep. All right. Yeah, you guys get to the elevator. There's rows of hard hats. You each grab one, adjust it up so it fits on your head. The safety vests, Luke can't quite find one his size, so his safety vest is a little tight.
Always the way.
You guys get on the elevator and go down. You're met by a shift supervisor, wearing a badge that actually says, North River Wastewater Treatment Plant. He's like, you guys day laborers?
Si, senor.
There,
Yeah.
not in between times.
Go over there, down the stairs, 2 flights. We need you in the intake section. Hey, big boy.
Mm-hmm.
You think you can carry that pipe down with you?
Sure.
Luke picks up a section of pipe. Well, I thought you might need some help, but I guess not.
He trudges off holding a massive piece of pipe.
All right, so you get down to the level. First, give me some intuition checks on your little chart there.
Intuition checks.
Correct.
Okay, 1 sec.
Oof. Not for me.
Fail.
Oh dear.
I got a green.
You got a green? Okay.
I'm looking right now. I am excellent. I am green.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it would actually help.
What's that?
Oh, if my it would give me a column shift, but it wouldn't have made it a difference anyway.
Okay.
Just if detective / espionage talent would help.
Detective / espionage talent would help.
But if it's only 1 column shift, then I'm still green.
Still
if
green.
It's 2 column shifts, then I'm yellow.
All right. Yeah, it's just 1 column shift. So you guys get down into this section. You hear the massive water pumps just thrumming along. You hear workers. They're kind of like having to yell at each other to get things done. You see the guy that's on the floor. He sees you guys coming down with the section of pipe, and he kind of points over to one side. Danny, since you've been the most observant, as you were coming down the stairs, you noticed that there were 14 men crowded along, and as you actually get onto the floor, there are now 13.
Wait, say that again?
There were 14 men working down on this floor as you were coming down the stairs.
Okay.
You took a second head count. 1 is missing.
Okay. I will relay this to my partners.
It's a big bad John.
The supervisor on this floor, the foreman, points you guys over to a section where there's a section of pipe that needs to be installed. Conveniently, the same size as the piece of pipe that Luke is carrying.
Wow, that foreman knows what he's doing. Good guy. I guess that's why he's the foreman.
I
don't know, but you said there's 1 person missing?
Yeah, Danny noticed that 1 person is missing.
Yeah, so while we're doing this, I'm just going to make sure that I keep my eyes peeled on everything. Just taking it all in, making sure that nobody else is going missing. And maybe if I can, do I know which guy was missing, where he was situated?
No. You just noticed that there's one fewer people working down here.
Just the general head count.
Yeah.
Then. All right.
Go ahead and give me some reason checks.
Oh.
And since you're working together to pretend like you guys know what you're doing, who has the highest reason?
Mine is 10.
Okay. Kurt?
I'm looking right now. It says my reason is good.
Okay. So also 10. Batroc?
Yeah, I'm a good 2, but at a 10, but I just rolled a 9 to 4, which pops.
Well, hold on.
Me.
And Luke, what's your reason?
Good.
Good. So you're all good. Okay. Well.
Yeah, I rolled a 68. Sure.
You rolled a 68. Okay. Well.
All right. You know what my reason is?
What's that?
My reason is that I tried to take revenge on the person who killed my father, but it was empty.
And so you turned to plumbing.
Right.
So with those rolls that Batroc and Luke made, you're able to put your heads together and figure out how to install this correctly. But Batroc, as
no, you got to use the non-sticky tape here, the pipe tape. You got to use the pipe tape.
The Batroc knows how to lay the pipe, mon ami.
There it is.
Wow.
Is that what they call it?
So Batroc, as you guys are putting the finishing touches on installing this piece of pipe, you slip on something on the floor.
Yeah. Hey, you dirty swan. What is this?
It doesn't look like any like machine grease or anything like that. I mean, you've seen a few spots here and there on the floor of where it looks like some of that, but this is fresh, but not as thick as any of the greases or fluxes or any of the chemicals being used down here.
Okay.
In the yellowish lighting, it has sort of a red tinge to it.
George, are you all right?
I don't know. This is kind of weird. Take a look at this. What do you think?
I would do the classic 2 fingers up to the nose.
Yeah, it is kind of watery and smells like raw meat.
Good raw meat or the bad raw meat?
Yeah, like chicken, beef, lamb.
Like beef. It's the fluid, the cellular fluid in like red meat. You know, that pulls up in the bottom of the package sometimes.
Party over here.
Smells like the meat department at Kroger's.
Went bear.
And give me another intuition feat, and I'll give you all a column shift on this one. And if you have detective or investigation or espionage, you get an additional column shift.
Oh. Well, that, my friends, is red as shit.
Yeah, same here. Not yet. All right.
I rolled an 85.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good enough. Yeah, you noticed that there's several other puddles, almost like someone was carrying something from the butcher shop and it was leaking and it's kind of leaving a trail.
Sinister.
Kurt Wagner's like, yeah.
Something we could track.
Mein Gott!
Well, just, Mr. Sinister. It's probably worse than anything that's going to happen to us. He's a bad motherfucker. He was probably on the list, too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Nathaniel Essex was on the list.
Oh.
All right, well, let's point out the beef trail.
Okay.
The hamburger train.
Yep. You pointed out to the group.
Get ourselves a can of pork soda.
Then you
No.
you follow the trail, and it seems to dead end at a cluster of pipes.
So is it like the pipes? Are they covering like a passage or anything, or are they like up against a wall?
They seem to jut out from a wall, but as
They
you
go into the wall.
as a group, you're investigating, and from a distance as you approach, it looks like they come out of the wall. But once you're right up on top of them, it doesn't look like these particular pipes are connected to anything.
Okay. Can we push them out of the way?
They do seem to be fastened to the floor. You do see a streak of the meat juice on one of the pipes, like something was maybe squeezed through.
Is it open? Like the pipe is uncapped?
It's like a few elbows, so there's a bend, so it comes out of the wall, it bends, and then bolts to the floor at a flange, but it doesn't appear that it actually serves any function at all, other than maybe blocking off something that might be on the other side.
This is a call for the power man.
If only we had someone who was 300 pounds of muscle.
Right, all right. What do I need to do again? Precisely.
Oh, well,
You need to bust the move.
yeah,
I just need to.
there's some pipes that seem to be like attached to the floor, leading toward the wall, but they don't look like they do anything other than
They're
obscure.
just sort of, yeah, just accessories.
Yeah.
All right, I'll grab one and yank it up out of the way.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to make you roll for that because I mean it's a steel pipe.
Yeah.
This is light work for Luke.
Yeah, I'll yank all that stuff up and see what we got.
Yeah, go ahead and draw me a panel. Describe this activity to me.
Luke uses one arm and reaches out and gathers multiple pipes together, like he's collecting a bundle of reeds, and rips them all out of the wall at the same time and holds them close to his chest, and then turns around everybody and just drops them at his feet. There you go.
You just burst your safety vest, didn't you?
Yeah, completely down the back, just utterly split.
Okay, so Luke removes the pipes. There's a small alcove, and it looks like a trap door that leads deeper into the facility. The trail of meat juice leads toward
Time to
this
go deeper.
trap door.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting paid. How heavy is this door? Does Luke need to open it, or can I just open it?
Yeah, anybody can open it. It's got a handle on it, and yeah. If you're not Luke, it might take a little bit of effort, but
we wouldn't want Luke to exert himself completely, so I'll open it.
okay. Yeah, you get it open, and there's a ladder that descends into darkness.
Well,
It sounds like a fun time.
Indeed.
Head on down.
Welcome to Heroes for Hire, Kurt. As I'll slide down the ladder. You know what I mean.
Yeah, you slide down the ladder. You all follow. You cluster at the bottom of the ladder, and you notice that this ladder leads to the older sewer systems of New York, of Manhattan Island. It smells musty. It's humid. You hear water dripping in the distance. Sorry, I got to scroll down in my notes for the description of this area. The tunnels are large enough to stand for all of you to stand comfortably. It's warm, humid, smells of a little bit of mildew and age. And you see a number of hastily strung together construction lights lining one of the walls at an irregular interval, casting a sickly, warm glow in the darkness.
Yeah, well,
Keep an eye out for the terrapins.
just be mindful of flying polyps.
Yeah. I'm worried about freaking turtles.
You start making your way down this old sewer system. The lights as you pass by them, cast your shadows on the opposite wall. They're the old incandescent construction lights. I don't know how many of you guys worked in construction. But the big yellow square lights
that are on a metal stand and have a tripod base.
Yeah, and have like a little, like a part of a cage, and you know how hot those things get as you pass in front of them. And you hear footsteps off to your right as the tunnel splits.
Like ahead of us?
Ahead of you, and then, off to the right. You go ahead, it tees off. One side goes off just into darkness, and then the lights seem to continue. And you think you see a shadow moving ahead.
Down the right side.
Down the right side, yes.
So is there, you said it was like, musty and stuff. There's no like water or anything like a classic doom
no, there might be like a trickle of water down here. Most of the sewer systems and drainage have been built on top of this section, so most of the storm water runs toward the treatment plant or out into the river.
Right.
Here it's still above the water level, it seems, but there's no it's not like waist deep Ninja Turtle sewer.
Right. Oh. It's not a Skyrim situation.
Right.
Okay. Curious.
I'm going to follow. I don't know about the rest of you. I'm going to go follow this figure as silently as I can.
Okay.
Using all the skills that I learned, spending 10 years honing Kunlun, waiting to seek revenge on Harold Nietzsche, the man who killed my father.
How high is the ceiling here?
Probably about 8 foot.
Okay, never mind. I was trying to see if there was a higher advantage that I could sneak up to. But 8 foot isn't really advantage. It's just, I'm here.
No, but above, people don't expect above.
No, they don't. But 8 feet, I mean, in a regular hallway, that's just a little taller.
Right. But what I'm saying is that if we're trying to sneak and follow this guy unobtrusively, like I would think that, like being on the ceiling in the shadows for Kurt Wagner would be great. But I don't know like exactly what his powers are vis-a-vis like blending in.
He does have the indigo skin that gives him a column shift on a stealth roll.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
But he also has the wall crawling ability.
Yeah. So I'm gonna attempt. I'm gonna attempt to do it.
Okay. Well, since there's seemingly no one around, you crawl up the wall and kind of disappear into the shadows above where the lights are not casting.
I believe he has to make a hide in shadows roll anyway.
Yep.
Sorry. This being comic book nerd guy there for a second.
Actually, the worst heroes for hire ever.
Forgot I had a glow stick on my belt.
So, I mean, you can follow along with the group. The group is sticking to the lights. But Danny Rand is doing his, walking across rice paper thing. I don't know what Luke and Batroc, how they're handling this situation.
Luke is probably just walking straight forward like he always does. Just move forward. Let's get to the end of this.
I proceed cautiously, as you do.
All right, so you're all walking through. Turn a corner, it twists a couple of times. The footsteps that you were hearing seem to have abated. And then you walk into a large vaulted chamber. In the center of the chamber is slightly raised up off the ground, but it's an old cistern filled with old water. Strewn around the room, you see some various bones, debris, looks like pieces of clothing, some dog collars, a saddle marked NYPD, and then
like a saddle from one of the police horses?
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of bones are these?
As you look around, it seems to be all sorts of creatures. You recognize dogs, cats, a few smaller bones that might indicate rats, a few bones that might look human, but you notice that a lot of them are broken. Looks like some of them are gouged out.
Like somebody was trying to get to the marrow.
Yeah, or just kind of like chomping on them or something. Almost like bite marks.
Does it smell like wet dog to anyone?
It does not smell like wet dog.
Okay.
But in the middle of the cistern is a pile of debris. And sitting on this pile of debris is you see a group of haggard looking men, weak with dehydration, clustered together at the highest possible point on the pile of debris. It's old bricks and wood timbers, things like that, like like stuff from other parts of the sewer were dragged up here and just tossed into the cistern. But the water is deep and dark.
Bet that's on missing workers.
Yeah, Alex Franklin.
Shh! All of the men at once.
Any of you a woman named Alice? No? All right.
We need more Ascalis.
Just gonna get you out of here. Don't
Hey,
worry.
creature in the water. Water monster. Yo, water monster. To start yelling.
Alex, your brother Stevie sent us here to get you back. So we're gonna get you out of here. Don't worry. We're heroes for hire.
Did you put on your
Yes.
Iron Fist headband underneath your hard hat?
I'm going to pick up a brick and toss it into the water.
You pick up a brick, throw it into
Yo.
the water.
Water monster.
Give me intuition rolls.
All of us?
All of you, yes.
Okay.
Is this just straight up intuition?
Yep.
I rolled 100.
Woohoo! Yellow.
Crappy dice.
I rolled not two.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see.
I nailed it,
Oh.
man.
Yellow.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
All right.
I rolled 100. That's
you rolled 100. You definitely see.
it made punch the Hulk with 100.
You.
Honestly, you could punch the Hulk with an +1, but you wouldn't hurt him.
Well, Aunt May would have gotten a pressure point and done 2 damage.
Yeah, Luke picks up the brick, throws it into the water. Danny and Batroc with that yellow, but more Danny. You see something moving in the water toward Luke.
All right.
Look.
I'm going to get off the last pieces of the stupid vest. Also, the hard hat. I don't need that.
All right, yeah.
Thinks it-
Casually
Come on.
toss the hard hat to the side.
Can I judge how much time it's going to take for whatever's in the water to get to Luke?
Seconds. It's moving very fast.
Okay, I'm going to try and intercept that with a couple of just straight out of the box kung fu moves.
So you're going to jump into the water?
No, I'm going to wait for it to spring up at Luke and then kick it.
Okay. Yeah, as Luke pulls his helmet off and tosses it to the side, a large shape springs out of the water. It looks like an alligator, but humanoid.
Whew.
I think you're in the wrong company, there, buddy.
What are you talking about? It's New York City. Alligators in the sewer.
Wait, is it albino?
No.
Is it albino?
No.
I mean, we all
Wanted to take a
I know.
left
It would
turn
just
at-
match the whole myth. If it was.
take a left turn at Gotham, buddy.
And it lunges out of the water toward Luke, but since you were prepping for this, Danny, give me what you got.
All right. Got the Iron Fist. Sorry, I've been wanting to do that. Yeah, so I will use the lightning kick. It is a lightning style kick that will propel. Well, it will. Do remarkable energy damage. That's what I'm looking for. All right. So first, I have to make a fighting roll, right?
Yes.
So I want to get a column shift for being me. 42. 42 is green.
Okay, that's a hit.
And that does remarkable damage.
All right. You leap up with your lightning kick and collide with this monstrous object. Solidly connect. The beast roars. And you lightly land on your feet. And the creature also lands a little more awkwardly, but it doesn't look like you phased him much. And then the lights go out.
Good way or bad way?
Great if you're Nightcrawler.
Everyone else would be blind.
I don't know. Does Nightcrawler have any type of infravision or anything?
Looking.
I don't know if he can see in the dark.
You can hide in the dark. It doesn't say anything about seeing in the dark.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you basically, your eyes adjust and you pretty much are only able to see like shadows.
So is that a column shift down?
Yeah, that's going to be a column shift down for everything. And
well, I'm going to try and land an absolute haymaker on where I remember that thing being.
Okay. Go for it.
And it's column shift down for my fight roll,
Yep,
right?
You got it.
Okay, I'm going to burn karma to try to at least get a green result.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't need to. 95.
Nice.
So I still got to mark off like 10 karma.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Okay.
And 95, that's
that is a red success.
That's possibly a slam, if I recall correctly.
With
Or
a strength
stun.
that's incredible, then I'm not holding back. So
Okay.
Kick him into next Tuesday.
Let's see. Red in fisticuffs is... Oh, it's a stun result, possibly. All right. He gets to make an endurance roll. And fails the endurance roll.
So he's down.
He's going to be down for a little bit.
I can accept this.
Luke, you in the darkness, you take a haymaker at the largest shadow, and you just feel knuckles colliding with scales, and you all hear like a kind of a sliding, like scrape of claws on brick, and then just a heavy object just slumps to the ground.
and the lights come back on.
Nope, the lights are still out.
Damn, can I spend karma for that?
You said this was like a humanoid alligator.
Yes.
Is there anything in this room that we can truss it up with? Oh, it's not my turn,
Yeah.
but just for next turn.
Yeah, you think you hear like maybe the rattle of some chains somewhere close by. Can't quite see them.
All right.
I mean, if he's down, I mean, there's not much else we can do if he's already been laid out cold.
Yeah.
Or kick him again.
How long he's going to be laid out cold for? But we should start we should start getting these people off of that island.
Yeah. So how far? Wait, they're on an island. I thought they were just.
They're on a
hanging
pile of
outside.
debris in the middle of this cistern.
Okay. Well, I guess I could bring him to us.
Okay.
I mean, that's the easiest enough solution. I'll go air crawler.
All right. You go through and you rescue, you bamf over to the island, bamf the guy, and you do this several times.
Yeah.
What's Batroc doing?
Yeah, I am keeping an eye on the critter. Like, ready to kick him if he even so much as moves.
Okay. You're standing guard over the dark lump on the floor.
Yeah, it's I need some savate practice anyway.
All right. Danny, what are you doing while you hear poof, 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 and the room is beginning to smell like sulfur?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and if I have heard chains, I'm gonna try and tie this thing up.
Okay. Yeah, you're feeling around, trying to find these hanging chains. It looks like it might be attached to something.
All right. Well, I'll point them out to someone who can actually get them down, Luke.
Where are these chains?
They're like up against one of the walls, like attached. Looks like to the ceiling.
Okay, I'll kind of feel my way over there, grab him, yank him down.
Okay, yank them down. Now you have a length of chain that you are able to try to truss this creature up. And
Question:
sure.
Does the iron fist glow enough to light, act as like a small torch or something?
I would rule that as yes.
Okay.
I mean, it only makes sense.
Yeah. So once we have all these guys off the thing and this thing chained up, I'll light the fist up. We can make our way back, and I think Luke should probably bring this goddamn thing along with us, just so it ends.
You light up the fist, providing an like torchlight out of your hand.
I can only maintain this for so long, though.
And as you are starting to guide the haggard-looking men out the best you can, they are weak from fatigue and dehydration. A gunshot goes off and strikes Batroc, dealing 10 points of damage.
Yeah. Sean, I'll deal with you soon enough. As soon as I find you, you little coward.
The lights come back on with a shower of sparks. And you see a man in a safety vest and hard hat aiming a gun.
Village people, watch where you're shooting that thing. I think you are not very friendly, or else you are very incompetent. Maybe both, huh? If you're going to take a shot at the Batroc, you better be prepared to finish his job. Wait, what did I say?
No, you're not leaving this room.
Oh, mon ami, many of man has said that.
You've seen him, you're not leaving.
I don't even know what I've seen, mon ami.
Who is this guy?
I don't know.
Is he trying to block our exit?
Yeah, with a gun.
Get out of the way.
We're gonna kick this dude.
Friend, I would put that gun away and just walk away before we take it away from you and turn you in.
Yeah, you have the gun now. It's like, but yeah, it's like, where that gun is later is going to depend entirely upon you.
He's pretty resolute. He's pointing the gun. He's like, no,
How far
you're
away?
not leaving. You're not leaving.
Oh,
I would say that any of the four of you could get to him in a single round.
No. But all right.
I'm gonna
then he-
grab the alligator dude by the chains and just start slowly walking towards the guy. Considering I'm probably the one that gunshots will not hurt out of the group, unless he's got something weird going on.
All right.
I might as well take point on this.
Can I go behind him and attempt to disarm him?
You can try.
Then I will try.
Alrighty.
all right. Meanwhile, I'm going to take all the dehydrated, weakened people and usher them
Yep.
out.
Okay. You're gonna like hurry them back to the ladder.
What do I need to roll?
You're trying to disarm him, you need to try to grab the gun. So that is going to be endurance, if I remember my grabbing attack correctly. Let's see.
But remember, he gets a attack of opportunity, which is countered by your attack of opportunity. And then you have to do strength versus strength.
Good old 3rd edition.
Fucking Christ.
All right. Wrestling, grabbing. Yep, this is a strength.
Oh, it's a strength?
Yep. And you're going to need to get a yellow result to grab the gun away.
Okay. I will spend some karma.
Okay.
I rolled a... Would be... Oh, shit. Most of my karma. I rolled a 28.
Wow.
You can use group karma too.
And it's strength, so I have typical strength.
Okay. So does he.
Okay, so to get a yellow, I would need
Just use the group karma.
80. So 80. So I would need, I'm going to add 60 karma to make it yellow.
Okay. Are you taking it out of your personal karma or out of the group's karma?
I'll take it.
I believe it was 150 in the group karma right now.
There is 150 in the group karma right now.
Go ahead.
Okay. If you guys don't mind, then I'll grab 60
I know
from
what
there.
it's here for.
Okay.
Because 50 of that will replenish.
Okay. Then I will go
I
ahead and
can
do
always
that.
add more.
So it's now yellow. So
Okay. Yeah, you grab the gun. Now,
if I
do you wrench it out of his hand? You do not.
I would.
Oh,
But you have grabbed the gun, but he's holding on pretty tight.
Is he?
Yeah.
all right.
Stamp that gun away from him.
That's where I'm going.
So you are now locked in the classic trope of wrestling with the gun.
That's fine. So where is Luke in all of this?
Luke is steadily plodding along, dragging this large alligator-type creature who is trussed up toward the exit. Now that you're thinking about it, you're not sure how you're going to get him through that hatch.
Who?
Oh, we're just going to push him the hard way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You could Banff. No big deal. He's Nightcrawler. Banff.
Exactly. Can I?
I was just going to try to make him fit.
Yeah. Gosh.
I'm gonna scream out to Luke. I get a present for you, Luke, and I'm gonna bring tough guy to our tough guy, and I know I'm gonna have to roll for that.
Yep.
I'm gonna attempt to bamf him there, and drop him at the feet of Luke so he doesn't have to run. That would be an endurance, correct?
Correct.
Okay. That would be I believe it's a yellow.
Okay.
Let me a sec. I'm double checking. It is a yellow. It's a 70. I rolled a 76. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, hold on just a second, because
Yes, sir.
Batroc hasn't done anything.
Nope. That's fine.
Nightcrawler is wrestling with him for the gun. Luke is dragging up the monster. Danny is escorting all of the people to the hatch to get them out safely.
All right.
Now that there are guns and shit involved too.
Well, now that there's a gun involved, no offense, but that's like, yeah, the Batroc does not take getting shot lightly. Yeah? And so
That's right, he did shoot you.
Yes. And so I am going to at least do a boot to the head from this cochon. Yeah. So
Okay. Since he is currently wrestling with Nightcrawler, you're going to get a +2 column shift to hit him.
Oh, excellent. All right. And since I also have, let's see, an excellent combat on that. Let's see. Boop. That is a 2 column shift on a 74. Let's see. Excellent, remarkable, incredible. 74. Oh, firmly in the yellow.
Firmly in the yellow. So, slam result.
Uh,
Yeah, he fails that. And, yeah, you're
no
gonna...
one
You...
No one takes a shot at the Batroc.
You leap over, flying savant kick, connecting firmly with his jaw, stripping the gun out of his hand. Nightcrawler, you're holding the gun, and sending him colliding into the brick wall. As soon as this person hits the wall, you hear a low, deep growl. And the scream of steel as it stretches and shatters. As the large figure of the Gator Man now looms over Luke. And you're not the best judge of reptilian emotions, but this guy looks pissed. Excuse me, pissed off.
Yeah, but to be fair, crocodiles always look like.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And he lets out a roar, and its tail collides with the brick, causing loose bricks in the ceiling to start falling.
Everybody run.
I'm going to turn around and give this guy another stay down, which is Luke's signature move, where he hits something really hard and it stays down.
Go for it.
Again, going to burn karma. Am I going to have to column shift because of the darkness?
No, the lights are back on, so you do not have
Okay.
a column shift on this.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm going to be spending a lot of karma. Is there a max amount of karma that I can spend?
No.
Oh, thank goodness. Then I'm going to drop 90 karma to put this in a 97 from 0-7, which will be a red column hit
Okay.
with incredible strength again.
All right.
So it's another stun attack.
Yeah, you stun him and he falls into the cistern, disappearing beneath the murky water.
That's not good.
And he's definitely out because his endurance save was like 2.
Deal.
And we still got to get this thing out of here. Right?
Well, you're not really sure how deep this cistern is. But yeah, once you deck him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with a what'd you roll, a 97?
Mm-hmm.
I rolled an odd 7 and spent 90 karma.
Okay, so yeah, so with a 97, and since he saved with an 02, or failed to save with an 02, Luke hauls off with another haymaker and pretty much just spins this guy around, the alligator. You connect with its snout, and it pirouettes a couple of times and then just falls in the water and sinks below the surface to an unknown depth. And made a big splash in the process that comes up and soaks you with stagnant water.
Gross. Well, maybe that's a job for Batroc's friends in S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
We'll leave that one for Spider-Man to clean up.
See, Spider-Man is always dealing with these ridiculous animal people. The lizard, the vulture, the goblin. Oh, do the law. He really needs to find a different rogues gallery.
Rhino.
Oh yeah, the rhino, the scorpion. It's like
Yeah, most of his opponents are just like dressed as your favorite animal.
Yeah. Who is that? Yeah, that whacked out
lemur?
fisted. The octopi. It's like
The bunny. The bunny. Beware the bunny.
Monsieur Calamari. It's like, yeah. No. It's like, yeah, this is a Spider-Man kind of problem.
So you get the workers up to the ramp there, up to the ladder, and help assist them all. The fellow that shot at you is unconscious.
Does he look like the person we're looking for?
Well, the person we're looking for is are these workers.
All right, we'll figure that one out soon enough.
As you bring them up, you've noticed that the workers that are currently on shift are now starting to cluster around, kind of in shock that not only, have they like discovered the twisted pile of wreckage that was the false pipes, but that there was this little section, and now Iron Fist is guiding all of these workers up here. They quickly spring into action, guiding them further out, making sure they're getting water. One guy gets on his radio. He's like, "We need medics down here." A bunch of workers were just pulled out of the old sewer systems.
Yes, these people need medical help. There was a whole nother system of sewers down there. My partners will be up. They're just dotting some I's and crossing some T's.
Pity's the fool. Over.
And what's everybody else doing? What you doing, Nightcrawler?
Well, that's a good question, because honestly,
You're just kind of standing there holding a gun.
yeah, no, actually, I'd tuck that in. I'd probably just go up with the people.
Okay.
More that I think about it, because there's not much else you can do once they're all disarmed.
Do you turn your image inducer back on?
I would.
Okay.
I would.
All right. You turn your image inducer back on.
And I would attempt to blend in.
Right. You kind of blend in with your hard hat and safety vest.
Yep.
Batroc.
Yes, we. That's it. Well, I am going to start looking for a missing person here among the co-workers. But obviously the Americans, they all kind of look alike to me, so I may have to do this at a bit of a disadvantage.
Oh, you find him pretty easily. They're all wearing badges with their names on them.
Yeah, I know, but they could be lying. Who knows? It's like, that's it. I double check.
Yeah, that's what they were bored as they were starving and dying of thirst, that they decided to switch badges.
This is a world where people run around, medics.
You know what would be funny while we die? Switching badges.
We're going to get buried in each other's graves. It'll be great.
Miles, this is your worst idea ever. But no.
Yeah, you find good old Alex Franklin.
Monsieur Franklin,
Yeah.
you are a bot.
He's the one in the best shape, only having been missing for 4 days.
Oh, good. Well, what do you have to say for yourself, Alex?
Well, hold on. Luke.
Yeah.
What you doing?
That guy that pulled a gun on us is
Unconscious,
laying
again,
on the
slumped
ground.
on the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick him up, carry him out.
Okay.
He doesn't look like the dude who hired us, right?
No.
Oh, good. Just checking. Never can tell with these types. They're a bit sketchy.
His name is his name tag just says Smitty.
Oh. Well, his name's going to get an adjustment, I assure you.
Yeah, so you get him back up there. Everybody's hustling around. They've got the first aid kits out. They're coming in with cups of water. Giving these guys some drinks, giving them some space. You see other workers, they're flooding down. They're they got their lunch boxes and they're trying to give these guys their lunches so they have something to eat, and they're just tearing into these bologna sandwiches and stuff like that because they haven't eaten anything in days.
The horror. The horror.
Yeah, and Alex is just he's sitting there. He's like he looks at you guys, which I presume you guys are kind of like grouped up.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at you and he says, Stevie put you up to this, didn't he?
Maybe.
My big brother always got my back.
Yeah. At least he has a big bank account.
But thanks. I went looking for these men and I found myself in that room with that monster.
Have you named him yet?
And the guy that y'all had knocked out, his name is Jonathan.
Hmm.
Wait, Jonathan?
Jonathan.
Jar? Nothing?
No, Jonathan.
Oh.
But y'all knocked the shit out of him, so he's not quite talking straight. His name was Jonathan.
What was his deal?
And he looks directly at you, Danny. Eyes burning with rage. My brother.
Brother.
Frank?
Other
Your brother Frank?
No, Steve.
Remember Frank? Remember that guy? Is he talking about Frank? Is Frank your brother? Because
Your
that guy, he fell
brother-
off the building. We didn't push him.
Brother was kidnapping people to feed to this alligator guy.
Well, no, I was trying to feed him other things. Stray dogs.
Hmm.
I got a leg. I had saved up to get a leg of beef. All these fellas found their way down there. Maybe Jonathan took them. I don't know. I was making sure that they weren't going to be eaten. He did get a couple of them.
Perfect.
Please tell me you didn't kill him.
I don't think
I don't know.
can't.
He's underwater now, so it's kind of.
But even if you did, it might be for the best.
Well, what was he, a mutant?
I don't think so.
Oh, you what? You just
He-
popped up out of nowhere?
It's all so fuzzy.
Yeah.
Some weird reptile hormones.
And as you guys are sitting there, the light shifts in the room as you're moving around, as people are moving around. You notice he has a big boot print on his face that looks like the boots that Batroc are always wearing.
Hey.
He's like, he had leukemia. And we got a letter from some guy named Malice. We flew out to Wyoming. He did some type of experimental treatment on him. And one day he just lost it and ran off into the night. And I've managed to find him, and he had just turned into that.
Ah.
He was only 14.
15.
Well, I mean, not to belabor the obvious, but why would you answer an ad from a guy named Malice?
Because he was a doctor. Dr. Carl Malice, if I remember right.
Yeah. Are we supposed to look for Alice or Malice?
No, but you do remember Carl Malice being on the hard drive.
Oh, yes.
Actually, you probably have had. I know Luke has had dealings with Carl Malice
Hmm.
because he has a real thing for like taking brothers and giving them like experimental treatments to give them powers.
Mm-hmm.
But you know the name Batroc because he is associated with the power broker.
Yeah. That guy's a dick.
But yeah,
Yeah,
he
this
said
guy
he would
cannot be-
treat. He said he would. We were broke. He said he would treat Jonathan for free if we would just come out to Wyoming. So we flew out to Wyoming, did the treatment. Everything seemed like it was going well. His leukemia seemed to be going into remission.
Hmm.
And then one night, about a month ago, he turned into that.
They probably would also try to charge you as a treatment rather than a cure.
Somebody comes down the stairs from above. Is like, the ambulances are on the way to get these guys to the hospital. We should get them checked out.
Yeah.
The police are coming, but they'll take a while. They always take a while.
Yeah, career.
I mean, how do we feel about this guy vis-a-vis the police?
Yeah.
I mean, almost kind of sounds like he was trying to help, but I mean, he could have just like taken everybody back up instead of keeping them down there. But I'm an old softy, so I'll leave it up to you guys.
Yeah. How much money does he have in his wallet?
Obviously not a lot, because he let some joker named Malice fuck with his brother.
Yes, that's not a crime.
Touché there.
Yeah. It's not like it was trying to get some kind of strange serum or becomes a living vampire or something like that. This is unfortunate. But is it our problem? We're not paying
No,
for
I
this.
think. I mean, I'm all for letting Frank go
Okay.
Smitty?
with the.
Let's let him go until someone pays us to
Well,
take him out.
there doesn't need to be a guy with a gun down there when we tell the police what happened. There could just be a random alligator man.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe we can feed the guy with the gun to the alligator and take care of a couple of birds with one stone. No?
Yes.
No? Oh, okay.
Well,
And,
it's up to you guys.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Feeding him to the alligator?
No.
Oh, okay. That's just that.
Omitting his part from the tale we tell the police.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. It's like, you talk to the police. I am going to go catch a subway here because that's not exactly my forte. You know what I mean? So I go catch a subway back to the headquarters, since they're going to be chit-chat with the police, and I'm in no mood to talk to the police.
Yeah, Batroc kind of beats a hasty retreat because he doesn't want to talk to the cops.
No one wants to talk to the cops. But...
Well, international super criminal George Batroc probably wants to talk to them less.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got this, Danny. I'll catch you back at the base. Luke takes off.
Yeah. I can't imagine Luke Cage likes to spend any more time with the cops either.
Yeah. Upstanding citizen, Iron Fist. Go ahead, talk to him.
Okay, so the cops do get there. Danny gives a statement. Excuse me, not Danny. Mr. Randall. Gives a statement to the police about what transpired, and you guys are agreeing that Smitty's role in this is going to be omitted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, if they're letting me talk to the police, that's what's being said.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. You negate to mention Smitty. Nightcrawler has taken the gun with him.
Yep.
So, and the only person who was shot down there was actually Batroc, and he's gone.
Yeah.
So, yep. After the statement, the guys are being checked out. The ambulances are there. The paramedics are, making sure everybody's getting hydrated. They're checking them out for, bumps, bruises, cuts, broken bones. Little small minor injuries. No broken bones, thankfully. Everybody seems to be okay. And then the reality of the situation. I mean, they've got the thermal blankets on over them because now that the reality of the situation has set in, they're realizing that the alligator man ate a couple of their comrades while they were down there, and that Smitty, who a journeyman pipe fitter himself, had been sneaking down there and feeding the Gator Man, trying to keep them alive. But you do, as you're talking to the police and you're done with that, Danny, you hear some of the other guys relating the story that another worker was like trying to bring food, but the creature would not let him take anyone out. That sort of thing. And one of them swears up and down that the person who kept coming down with food, was arguing with the creature sometimes, and that occasionally the creature would say a word or two in response.
That's just nuts.
That's just crazy talk. That's obviously the shock of the situation talking.
Right. Yep. The check is cut. You call Stevie Franklin. Let him know that his brother is safe and sound.
All right.
He thanks you profusely, but cuts the conversation short as they have to catch a cab to the hospital to go check on him. And congratulations, you guys have completed The Terror Below.
Word.
I knew we could do it all along.
All right.
So, thanks.
Thank
for,
you. That's a great way to
running that.
close out the year.
It is.
Oh.
And thank you to everyone who listened this year and who's downloading this shit constantly. Thank you. We appreciate it, even though we sound flippant.
Thank you.
Flippin'.
That's about it. Happy 2025, everyone.
We'll see you soon with more adventures.
Good luck in Excelsior.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's the shit that you use to pack